Okay, so do you know when you're born, there's a pigment that's found in your skin. It's called melanin. Now, depending on how much melanin is in your skin, determines what color your skin will be when you're fully developed and when you come out and stuff like that. So this pigment in our skin called melanin determines what skin tone will be. Did you also know that melanin has nothing to do with a person's character or their personality, right? So, a lot of crazy things been going on, so I might as well throw my 2 cents into this, right? I don't give a fuck what type of pigment is in a person's skin, because that doesn't determine what kind of person they are. Now, what happened to George is bullshit. George was murdered. This thing is a murder case, not a race case. All right? The guy who put his knee on George's neck, his name is Derek. Derek is a fucking piece of shit. And if I was there, I would have beat the shit out of Derek. If I saw that, and I probably would have been going to jail and George would still be alive. Because I'm like that. You ask my friends and family, be like, yeah, when Jeremy sees things like that, sometimes he loses his temper. Derek's a piece of shit. It doesn't matter what type of pigment he has in his skin. All right, it doesn't matter if Derek and George were both white. Derek's still a piece of shit. Doesn't matter if Derek and George were both black. Derek's still a piece of shit. It doesn't matter if Derek was black and George was white. Derek is still a piece of shit. Derek was acting on Derek's character because Derek is a worthless pile of fucking shit who murdered an innocent man and he needs to be tried for it. But what makes me sick is the narrative of what's happened. This was a murder case by one man, Derek, to an innocent man, George, and those other fucking piece of shit cops that were standing around him should be charged too. But I heard he is going to be charged for murder. Derek will be charged for murder, and that's awesome. But what I don't like is watching a narrative being put on everybody like Derek represents all white people and all cops. Derek does not represent all white people and all cops. Derek represents Derek. George does not represent all black people. George is an innocent man who was murdered. And then what's being done is a narrative to cause division, and people are taking what happened to George, using it as justification to cause more violence and destruction, like this. See, this is a murder case. This is not a race case. What's making it a race thing is everybody saying it's about race. See, I grew up with no racism. I went in the Marine Corps. There's no racism because we're all the same color. We're all camouflaged. I don't give a fuck what pigment a person has in the skin. If you are a good man, then you're a good man. If you're a piece of shit, man, you're a piece of shit. If you're a good woman, you're a good woman. If you're a piece of shit woman, you're a piece of shit woman. I don't give a fuck about the pigment in a person's skin. It doesn't fucking matter. What's causing all this racism is everybody bringing it up saying, hey, this is about race. And it's fucking not. Stop saying that because it doesn't fucking matter.
Black History Month, you find
ridiculous.
why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
So this whole thing is not about race. This whole thing is a murder by the actions of Derek, who's a piece of shit, who needs to be tried for murder. 100% agreed. But falling for the narrative that's being shoved down everybody's throat that this is about race is bullshit, because what it's trying to do is trying to divide all of us. And then with that, justify all this fucking destruction. And if this is such about race, then why are people fucking destroying other black people's businesses and burning them to the ground? These are your own brothers and sisters. And you're going to use George's death as justification to steal microwaves, TVs, PlayStations. Did all that food taste good when you were eating it? Was it fun burning everybody's businesses to the ground in George's name? It's stupid. It's disgusting. I don't give a fuck. That's my 2 cents on it. And I don't give a fuck about people's opinion or the color. I do give a fuck about what kind of person they are, not by a pigment in your skin. Are you a good man? Are you a good woman? Or are you a piece of shit?
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? They say, oh, no, we was going to see if it, what the fuck are y'all doing? We called the ambulance. A fucking ambulance? Do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Say, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. The that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is. I know a good name Uncle Bob, though.